Here in San Jose, we heard from two of the South Bay's Democratic representatives about the party's plan to dig in against future ICE funding. A moment of unity in San Jose, led by two South Bay members of Congress, Zoe Lofgren and Sam Liccardo, taking a stand against the Trump administration policies on immigration.
Never again can we see this kind of cruelty, this kind of chaos unleashed on communities throughout our country.
Lofgren calling out Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem for the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preety in Minnesota.
Kristi Noem has no business in any leadership position, and certainly not one as important as Secretary of Homeland Security. On Tuesday, I signed my name onto the articles of impeachment against her.
And with DHS funding at the center of a potential government shutdown, both digging their heels into the ground about how taxpayer money should be spent.
Not a dime more to DHS, not a dime more to ICE.
In a one-on-one interview with Representative Lofgren, she says regardless of whether a deal is reached on a funding package, Democrats will continue to refuse to fund ICE.
I think many of us feel we can't in good conscience fund the kind of brutality and lawlessness that we've seen unleashed on American citizens.
And this funding debate over immigration and customs enforcement is happening in a completely different era for the agency. Here's a little history. ICE was actually formed under the Homeland Security Act of 2002, as a part of the nation's response to the September 11th attacks. In its first year of funding, ICE spent more than $3 billion. 10 years later, former President Obama actually set a record for the largest number of deportations in U.S. history, with more than 438,000 undocumented immigrants deported. The ICE budget for that year was a little more than $5.5 billion. The budget for this past year is nearly $12 billion, with $73 billion in additional funds that can be spent over the next 4 years. DH says it has deported more than 605,000 undocumented immigrants in the last year.